This channel does not promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel is meant for educational purpose only.
Hello guys, welcome back to another brand new section of this course. In this section, we are going to see what is XSS, which is also called as cross-site scripting. So now let's learn about XSS. So this type of vulnerability allows an attacker to inject JavaScript code into a page. And JavaScript is a programming language, and using this vulnerability, an attacker would be able to execute code written in JavaScript into a certain page, such as website. JavaScript is a client-side language, so when the code is executed, it will be executed on the client side. On the user, the person who is browsing the web page, it is not going to execute it on the server. So even if our code result in us getting a reverse shell, the shell will be coming from the user who is browsing the page, not from the website. So any code we write in JavaScript will be exploited or will run on the target user and on the people who see the web page and not on the web server. So the web server is only going to be used as a mean of executing or delivering the code. So there are three types of XSS. The first one is stored based, second one is reflected, and the third one is DOM based. So if we talk about persistence or stored based XSS, get it stored into database, and the code that we will inject will be stored in the database or the page, so that every time any person will view the page, that code will execute and this kind of vulnerability will appear in front of the user. Next one in our list is reflected. With reflected XSS, the code will only be executed when the target user runs a specific URL that is crafted or written by us. So we will be manipulating some sort of URL and sending it to the target, and when the target runs the URL, the code will be executed. Last but not the least, DOM based. DOM based XSS results from JavaScript code that is written on a client side. So the code will actually be intercepted and run on the client side without having any communication with the web server. This could be very dangerous because sometimes web server applies security and filtration measure to check for XSS. But in DOM based XSS, the code never gets sent to the web server. This means that the code will be interpreted and run on the web browser without even interacting with the web server, and will be present in the website that updates their content without refreshing. We have all used websites where we enter our username, for example, and it loads and straight away without having to check with the web server. Or perhaps we enter some sort of string and it performs a search without communicating with the web server. Whatever the process, some websites perform functions without communicating with their web server. If we are able to inject these kinds of codes in the website, then such injection will not be validated and they will be executed straight away and bypass all the validation. In the next video, we are going to see how to perform reflected XSS. So this is all for this lecture. In this lecture, we are going to see what is reflected XSS attack. Reflected XSS attack is the most common attack, is the most common vulnerability that you can find on any particular website. So reflected XSS attack are those where the injected script is reflected off the web server, such as in an error message, search result, or any other response that includes some or all of the inputs sent to the server as a part of the request. Reflected attacks are delivered to victims via another route, such as in a mail message or on some other website. When a user is tricked into clicking on a malicious link, submitting a specially crafted form, or even just browsing to a malicious site, the injected code travels to the vulnerable website, which reflects the attack back to the user's browser. The browser then executes the code because it came from the trusted server. Reflected XSS is also sometimes referred to as an non-persistence or type second XSS. So in the next video, we will be going to see how to attack reflected XSS. Hello guys, welcome back to another video of this section. In this section, we are going to see how to perform cross-site scripting, and in this particular video, we will be seeing how to find out reflected XSS on website and how to attack reflected XSS on any particular website. So for that, we need to open our metasploit machine, and in metasploit you will see this XSS reflected. So just click on this. As you can see, this kind of interface. So what it is asking for? This is asking for what is your name. Okay, it is asking for my name. So I'm going to give it Devakar Parihar and press enter. So after pressing enter, let's see the behavior of this page. It is reflecting Devakar Parihar. Whatever I am writing here, it is reflecting here. Let's say hello. So as we can see here, it is reflecting hello. Now let's try with hello Devakar and press enter. So as you can see here, it is reflecting each and everything what I am writing here. So this is giving us a basic idea that this website can contain reflected XSS. And let's see this parameter, this name parameter. Here is hello and Devakar is also reflecting here. So now let's try with some very basic JavaScript code so that it will ensure that it is working as or not. So for that you need to type script alert and hello and close the string and script and press enter. So as we can see here, this website containing reflected XSS inside it, and this is showing us whatever we are writing here, it is reflecting in just front of us. So this is saying that hello. Let's suppose if I add the link here that click just like this, where's my, okay, this is the code. Okay, so now I will type click on this link and I will provide the link below, like I will provide here the link, and the link will be containing malware. So after clicking on that particular link, the malware ultimately downloaded and it will automatically install into the user system. So it will be very harmful for the user for just clicking on that particular link. So this is how you can get reflected XSS. So and most of the time we don't have source code, but in this particular website we are having source code. So we are going to see what source code doing here. As you can see here, a reflected XSS source. In this, it is asking for the name. Okay, as you can see here, there is nothing for filtering our JavaScript code. That means it is not filtering anything inside our whatever I am writing here. So this is how you can find reflected XSS. In the next video, we are going to see if any filter is working here, so how we can exploit JavaScript code. This is all for this lecture. In the last video, we have seen that how to exploit reflected XSS when there is no filter in a website. So now let's increase the security and let's see it will work for us or not. Okay. So now let's click on the XSS reflected tab and let's try with the hello. Let's see it is working or not. So as you can see here, it is reflecting whatever I'm writing here. So now let's try with our previous code, which is this, and press enter. So as you can see here, alert, click on this link. That means it is reflecting a scripting tag. Understand? Now let's try with simpler one. Script alert alert 1 script and press enter. So as I can see here, it is reflecting our script tag here. Okay, so what we can do here, so for this reason, for the tutorial reason, that I'm teaching you how to exploit this kind of vulnerability when there is filtering something. So in this case, now let's see the source code, what it is reflecting. So as you can see here, this hello replace script with null character. As you can see here, null character, it is replacing a script with null character. Okay, I know it is just filtering my script. So what I can do here is I will script alert to script press enter. So as you can see here, this payload is working for us. So this is how you can trick the website by using some other tricky codes, tricky payloads. So what I did with this, so now let's see this again. Now let's make it capital and make this script also capital. Let's try with this. So it is also working. So what I did nothing. I just, as we have saw in this particular source code, that it is only reflecting the simple script. It doesn't matter it is capital or smaller. This is just filtering the smaller letters. Okay, smaller letters. So what I did is I changed the S into capital and the rest of all the alphabets I script alert 1 script. So now it is working for us. So this is how your creativity can make work very easy for you all. So if you are wondering that how I can know all these payloads, so you don't need to learn JavaScript. So for that you need to just get to this particular website. Here you will find most of the XSS payloads, so that it will make your work very easy during the exploitation phase. So this is all for this lecture. This is the link. You just need to type in the browser XSS payload and press enter. Here you will find the first link, which is github.com. So this is all for this lecture. Thank you for watching this video. So now let's see what is stored based XSS attack. Stored based XSS attack are those where the injected script is permanently stored on the target servers, such as in a database, in a message form, visitor log, comment field, etc. The victim then retrieves the malicious script from the server when it requests the stored information. The stored XSS is also sometimes referred to as persistence or type 1 XSS. So as we have seen in reflected XSS, that whatever we code run on a particular website, this is for the client side, and only that user can access that particular code in which the code is there. But in case of a stored base, the code that we inject in a web page, it will store in a server side, and whenever any user came across with that particular website, then it will reflect to them, any user, because it is stored in a server side. And in the next video we are going to see how to inject malicious code in a website and make it stored based accesses. So now in this particular lesson we are going to see how to perform stored based accesses. So for that we need to get to the accesses stored, and let's check the security. It is on medium. Let's make it low and submit and get back to accesses stored. So as you can see this page, so this is asking for the name, so I'm going to enter name and the message, hello everyone, and I'm going to just press enter. So now let's see what it will do. So as you can see here, this is printing name with message here in this. So what makes stored based accesses different from accesses which is reflected based? So now firstly we need to try it is containing any kind of vulnerability or not. For that we need to run our JavaScript code here. So let's see it will work or not. So this is the most basic JavaScript payload. So as you can see here, when whatever I try to write, it is not allowing me to write more than 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 characters. So what I will do, I will just write my name here and I will get back to this here. A script I will try here because this is the message body. So here there will be no filter. Okay, so now let's try with this. As you can see here this is properly working. Okay, so what makes different between reflected and stored base? So now let's see. I am in file inclusion. Okay, so now when I get back to the stored based, this is reflecting. That means this website contains stored based accesses. Whenever I get back to this particular page, it will execute that code that I have right on the message body, and this will reflect this particular message box here. But in case of reflected accesses, what it is, so now let's run this code and it is reflecting, but whenever I get to this page and whenever I get back to this page, this is nothing. Here is nothing. That means this is for the client side, the particular user. And if I get back to accesses stored, it is reflecting me. That means the particular code has been stored into the web server of this particular page. So this is how in a low setting stored accesses work. In the next video I'm going to show you how to just bypass the filter of 10 character, how we can write more than 10 character and execute our command here. So this is all for this lecture. So in this lecture we are going to see how to bypass this particular filter. So for that, what I will do, I will go to the setup so that it will make this particular page new. It will clear all the database and it will create new database for us. So now when I get back to this page, it will not show any kind of stored based accesses. So make the security level to medium and let's try with stored accesses. Okay, here as you can see here, it is not allowing us to write character more than 10. In the last video we performed our stored accesses in this field, but in this video we are not going to use this field because we are going to use this field. Okay, so for that what I will do, I will just type a script. Okay, a script alert. Okay, not alert, the 10 letter, the 10 character, I think it's completed. So what I will do, I will go to the inspect element and in inspect element you can see that this field input name, text name, okay, I'm here, type text, size 30, max length is equal to 10. So what I will do, I will make some changes and make it to 100 and press enter. Now what I can do, yes, I can write more than 10 characters. So I will run alert script and press, and let's write something here. Code is correct. Now let's try. So as you can see here, it is not showing me the stored based accesses pop-up. So what it is doing, I think it is filtering our script tag. So once again what I will do here is script alert. I will make S as a capital, and let's make this to 10 to 100, and let's try with this. Okay, I will make S to capital, and write something here. You are hacked. Okay, now let's try with this. So as we can see here, this payload is working for us. So what is the complexity of this particular website? So now let's get back to the view source. It will show us how the website developer thinks. So as we can see here, center message input, message string, MySpace. Okay, so this is the function str replace, which is replacing a script tag into the null. Okay, so this is how it is filtering our script tag. So that's why we use capital S here. So this is how, with the little bit creativity, you can perform stored based accesses and reflected accesses. So this is all for this section. I hope you guys understand what is cross-site scripting, what is reflected accesses, what is stored based accesses.